So how did you transition from that to 21, then poker?
So I started playing poker on the weekends. I would act, I would do, audition, everything during the week. I'd drive to Vegas. And I tried to calculate how many trips have I made to Vegas in my life. Well, a lot of times I was going every weekend. So that would be like 52 weekends a year. That's 52 round trip drives. And I like to drive and really like to fly. Yeah. So that's hundreds. I've made hundreds of trips. To me, the LA to Vegas is just like, la-di-da, here we go again.
Yeah.
Just automatic at this point. So I started doing that, and I started making more money playing poker than I made as an actor.
Well, let's pause there for a second. How did you learn how to play poker? At what age were you like, I want to? Because I don't think you just pick up at 21 and say, hey, I'm going to play poker this weekend, and then just keep going back.
Yeah, I started playing online for sure. I remember Bodog. Bodog.com was one of my favorite sites. Poker Stars. Oh, man, these sites, this is back in the day. This was, I don't know, it's different now, I definitely played a lot online, but I wasn't that good online, but I learned the game. My grandmother is partially responsible for my love of cards in general.
Oh, okay.
I used to play cards with her, and I would beat her occasionally as a kid, and she would get pissed.
What was what were you playing with her?
Pinochle, and these other random games that to this day I ask like my uncle, I'm like, what was that game?
Yeah.
And he sometimes tells me, and then I forget again, but random games, and I just always loved cards. Oh, video poker. She loved video poker too. Okay. And she had the handheld video poker.
Every grandma has that, by the way. I remember going to my grandma's house, the little battery operated ones.
There it is.
You would flip open, and it was good. It was just the one game pretty much.
I
think
was
it was
worried nobody would know what I was talking about.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, my grandma had one too. Yeah, that like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow, we should get one of those. I bet they're on eBay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That could be one of the best ways to learn poker.
Yeah.
This little video handheld.
Yeah, so I at least knew the hands, right? I knew pair through royal flush and everything. So that was good. And then I started playing online. It just organically started to happen. I can't tell you, was there like a moment of clarity where I said, this is it? No. I built up and just started playing really low stakes. I remember playing 2-4 limit. That means you can't raise more than $4. I mean, like the big blind would be $4. I could raise to $8. So that's a good way, though. If I'm laughing about that, I just mean that's where I started, and it's kind of funny. But I wouldn't laugh at anybody if they said that's what they were going to go play. Great way to learn. Get on the grind. I mean, if you think you want to take a shot at it, start grinding and see. That's the only way to really find out. I imagine that's similar in every career. Acting again. If you really want to give it, you got to go for it. You'll never know if you don't try.
So you realized then you came to Vegas that you had a knack for playing this game.
At a certain point, yeah, I started realizing I was winning a lot. And I was like, this is cool. I liked the money. I like the money. Yeah. But also it's rewarding. So like acting.
Sure.
Very rewarding. I mean, it's cool. When you walk away and you say, man, I played killer, it's a good feeling. Even if you aren't up that much money, you still, it feels good about that. Your self-esteem.
Yeah. What were some of those early games like? Do you have any stories from back then, or like things that you tripped up about, or players that you've played with back then?
Yeah, I played with some pretty cool players. I'd say Min Lai is one of my favorite dudes. If you do the accent, Daniel Negreanu does the accent really well. He's funny. Like the guy, again, very serious. Like when he plays, but when he's not playing, like great dude to hang with. And I've actually played baccarat with him too, which is a dangerous thing. I want to say, like, why did I stop? If we want to jump there, why did I retire? It's because I played table games too much. And that can be dangerous because you're at a disadvantage when you play tables. Yeah. The house edge will grind you out. So what would happen is a lot of times I would win big playing poker because I would have the advantage. If you play well enough, you have the advantage. You're going to maybe win. And then you go to these tables, blackjack, roulette, craps, whatever. And now you're playing at a disadvantage. over time, you just can't win. You're gonna lose. And so when that started happening to me too much, I just had to wrap it up. I'm bad at around casinos, so that's not to say I still don't go. It's still something that I battle with, and you try to have fun. I would say set your limits, all the cliches you know about. But I played with some cool people, and by the way, very helpful. Like if you have questions, just start talking to some players, especially away from the table. At the table.
Hey man, is this hand good?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Don't do
should I
that.
hit that? What you have.
But away from the table, you can ask for advice and everything. And a lot of, especially I was young, right? And I was playing with guys, 30s, 40s, and it's the typical like mentor type relationship. If you play with these dudes long enough, they will want to see you succeed. I mean, as long as you're not beating them, but still,